We just played abusive football, abusive to the Liverpool supporters. How the hell do you win a Premier League title? You buy Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, and you look worse.
No losses in the first 5, then 2 in a row. I could get used to this. They've only gone and lost again. They've lost their game again. And there was no smash and grab. They tried their best. The scumbaggery from Konate to try and con the referee for a penalty at the end of the game to try and scumbag a draw. But no. Arne Slot scratching his head. Arne Slot's, he's scratching his head. He's trying to find solutions. He dropped King Mo. There was Isak on the bench. He played Frimpong right wing and Szoboszlai right back. He's gone for the workhorses. Gone with Curtis Jones in midfield with Gravenberch. Didn't work, mate. Didn't work. He's searching for solutions. Is this the beginning? Huh?
It's back-to-back losses for Arne Slot. And he's got some major issues. And I'm not just trying to pile on the pressure. You look at it from afar and you think, actually, the fullbacks aren't clicking. Alisson injured. No defensive cover for Konate or Van Dijk. McAllister didn't start the game. Without McAllister and Gravenberch, that midfield looks porous. Vert struggling. Gakpo didn't have the greatest game today. Now, of course, it's early in the season and the Champions League is very forgiving. It isn't the end of the world. And actually, these kind of losses to Crystal Palace, to Galatasaray, could wake up Arne Slot to the key issues going into the remainder of the season. But I have to stress, from what I've seen tonight, there are multiple big issues. This isn't one kind of error from Dominik Szoboszlai giving away the penalty to Victor Osimhen. There are systemic issues in this Liverpool 11 that need to be addressed if Liverpool are going to fight for winning the Champions League. At the start of the season, I thought they were favourites to win it. They still have got a massive chance, of course, and things can change dramatically, but they have to change. These are the facts.
You know, I've been saying I haven't really been impressed, but okay, this is what champions do, blah, blah, blah. You're giving them the benefit of the doubt for the champion's sake. But let's be honest. All the big money signings, the money that they spent this summer, you were expecting them to kick on. You were expecting them to be dominant. And so far, we are not seeing anything close to that. You're looking at Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, Ekitike is part of their signing. Of course, the goalkeeper and their centre-backs out injured. But you're looking at those names that I mentioned. Ekitike will give a pass to in terms of what he's done at Liverpool so far. But Wirtz, Frimpong and Kerkez have offered Liverpool virtually nothing so far. Nothing. Frimpong today looked like Nathan Dyer on the wing. And I'm like, listen, I don't know about right wing as his starting position. Right back, I know some people can say he can play right wing, but for me, it wasn't looking good on the right wing today, right? Very basic in his performance. Didn't really make an impact in any way. We're going to get into the actual game in a sec. But you're looking at some of them decisions. Of course, Arne Slot drops Salah. If you're going to drop Salah, you've got to get it right. You've got to get it right in terms of they have got to go on and win that game. You know what I mean? If you're making them kind of decisions, of course, Salah hasn't been great this season. We know that, right? Performance-wise. But he's still Mo Salah. He's still the best player on the team. He's still the big dog of Liverpool. And dropping him for the first time in a Champions League game since they played Rangers all them years ago is a big decision.
It was a worrying performance from Liverpool. It was not a good performance from Liverpool. And when you have Florian Wirtz and Isak and Ekitike and Salah all on the pitch with the money that you'd spent, for Liverpool to not be able to progress the ball, for Liverpool to run out of ideas, that was concerning. And I honestly can't believe what Liverpool are doing to Isak. I want to talk about that. How you can spend 130 million on Isak, to not even play to his strengths, to not even try and play him in the game, to allow him to have, 4 touches and 2 passes of the ball. We're going to talk about Isak. We're going to talk about Wirtz. I'm seeing a lot of criticism of Florian Wirtz, and don't get me wrong, for 130 million, Florian Wirtz needs to be getting in a pocket of space. needs to be coming up passes, needs to be creating. Florian Wirtz needs to be doing a lot more. I thought when he went over to the left, he had good glimpses. But I don't think it's Florian Wirtz was bad and everyone else was okay. I think everyone was bad. I think Florian Wirtz, because of the price tag and because he's not shown anything yet, is getting picked out upon. But he's been no worse than Konate this season, who's been pretty bad.
It was another abject performance where many of us are left wondering, what is the style of football that Liverpool are trying to play? We bring on Alexander Isak in the second half and he has 2-3 touches, doesn't really get involved in the game. We created no real goal-scoring opportunities I can think of in that second 45, and Galatasaray did their job and seen the game out. Look, we can talk about the referee, and he wasn't great, but let's be honest, the problems here are from within. It's from the manager right down to the players. They need to figure this out. We need to form an identity, and we need to go out there and show it week in and week out, because that leaves more questions than answers, and I've been saying that quite a lot lately. So congratulations to Gala and their victory. I'm sure they'll celebrate it into the night, and they should. From our side of it, we need to pick the bones out of this, because it's now 2 games in a row we've lost. And respectfully, we should be beating Galatasaray.
Wow. I feel like I have just wasted 2 hours of my life. Liverpool were really, really quite poor. I'd be surprised if the ball was in play for a large majority of those 90 minutes. And yeah, it was basically like it didn't happen. Liverpool just lacks so much creativity, and look, their goal, that apparently is a penalty in the Champions League. It felt like at times tonight it was a non-contact sport. That's what it felt like. Yeah, you breathed near anybody and it was an instant foul. I mean, he gives us a penalty. That's never in a million years a penalty. And he's literally 5 yards away from where it actually happens. But Liverpool were just lacklustre, poor, lacked ideas, lacked creativity, couldn't get the main players in the game. There was enough space for Liverpool to exploit, especially in that first half, and we didn't do that. And you thought maybe, just maybe, in the second half, we'd have acknowledged that, we'd looked at it, and we'd find the areas and be able to, utilise them. But we did not do that. That second half, I can't even tell you what really happened. It was just absolutely horrendous.
You know the biggest problem with Liverpool right now? If you're watching this side, and I'm so sick of the scapegoating culture in our fan base, or in general, Wirtz, talk about Wirtz. Wirtz wasn't even bad today. Wirtz was not even bad today. The thing that people keep missing is all it takes was one pass. Dua Lipa lied. It wasn't one kiss is all it takes. It was one pass. It's all it takes. One pass is all it takes to create a chance against us. One pass, dum. One pass. All it takes is just one pass. There's a donut hole in the midfield this big. It's not like the donut hole is bigger than the donut. Like the donut is like this big and the donut hole is this big. Like it's just, there is so much space. All it takes is one ball in behind, one pass, and they are through. Just one pass. That's all it takes. All it takes is just one pass, one ball in behind, 3 seconds. Like all it takes. Like, their goalkeeper, Shakira, he gets the ball. Long ball, Osimhen layoff. All of a sudden, Galatasaray are 1-1 through on goal. Just like what happened at Crystal Palace. The difference at Crystal Palace is Mateta abused Konate. This time, no one got abused. We just played abusive football. Abusive to the Liverpool supporters. How the hell do you win a Premier League title? You buy Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, and you look worse.